Hello friends, welcome back to another 13 days of Halloween tutorial. Sorry these videos have been a little bit spotty. This is the first year since I've had my YouTube channel that I actually have things going on like in my personal life. I have a social life now and friends' weddings and planning my own weddings and one wedding. Anyway, sorry that these videos have not been my typical every single day back to back to back, but I still hope that you are enjoying them. We are going to finish out the series strong, and then we're going to move right into winter and Christmas and holiday and all of that fun stuff. So anyway, let's get into this tutorial. We are going to make a jack-o'-lantern peekaboo tumbler. So what I'm doing to start is creating a custom orange glitter mix. We're going to use this as the base for our peekaboo. I want my pumpkins to be orange, so I'm just making kind of like a mega glitter mix with pretty much like every orange glitter I have in my collection. I will have all of the names of the glitters I'm using listed down below in the description box, along with a discount code for Peachy Olive Glitters. As always, you can use my code Mallory10 to save 10% off your purchase. I didn't do any measurements while I was making this mix. I kind of just followed my heart and went with however I was feeling. So you can either create your own custom mix if you would like, or you can just pick out your favorite orange glitter to use on the tumbler. You don't have to use a custom mix if you don't want to, and you can use any size cut of glitter that you want. Chunky, fine, whatever, it doesn't matter for this design. Any of those will work just fine. To apply my glitter, I'm going to mix together the Adhesive Apothecary thick glitter glue along with my acrylic base paint. I'm using the Delta Creative Ceramic Coat brand of acrylic paint as always, and the name of the color is Terracotta. So I'm going to mix those together, brush a nice even layer all over my tumbler, and then I'll apply my glitter. I'm going to let this glitter glue dry for about an hour, and then I'm going to go in and seal it with my favorite sealer. This is a 50-50 mix of the Crystalock glitter glue and water. So to start, I'm going to tap off all the excess, roll my cup on my scrapbook paper just to get off any excess glitter that's not actually stuck down to the tumbler. And then I'll take my sealer, and I'm going to try to brush my sealer down going in the same direction, again, just to help push that glitter down and make it lie as flat as possible. Sealing your glitter is not a mandatory step, but I think it's a step that makes the subsequent steps a whole lot easier. Your glitter won't move or lift up when you add your epoxy, which leads to less sanding further down the road, and I despise sanding, so anything I can do to have to sand my tumbler less, I will do that. So I'm going to seal this, let it dry for at least 2 hours, and then I'm going to add 2 coats of the Flynn Sisters Supply Shop Fast Cure Epoxy to my tumbler. Each of my coats is about 30 milliliters, and I'm waiting about like 6 to 8 hours in between coats. It's a little bit colder now in Colorado, so I have to wait longer in between coats even though I'm using a fast set, but that dry time will depend on your environment, the temperature, humidity, and all of that stuff, so just keep that in mind when you're doing your epoxy layers. So after my 2 coats of epoxy, I did a little bit of sanding on the tumbler, not a crazy amount. I just sanded down one side of the cup that was a little lumpy and bumpy, and then I also sanded down the top rim of the tumbler really well. So this is what it looks like after sanding and washing. Now we can add our stencils for the peekaboo. I will have both of the files that I'm going to use for this peekaboo linked down below in the description box. We're using a pumpkin file, and then we'll use a different file for the jack-o'-lantern faces later. So they did not come in the same file, but they are both from Creative Fabrica. And what I did was take the pumpkin file, sized it down, and then cut out a bunch of them in my stencil vinyl, and then I just sized the faces to fit within the size that I made the pumpkin stencils, if that makes sense. So we're just putting on plain pumpkins on our tumbler right now, and I'm gonna try to fit as many of these as possible on my tumbler. When I do peekaboos, I try to do a lot of stencils because the more stencils you put on your tumbler, the more of that underneath or whatever bottom layer you have will show through. So I see this in every peekaboo video I do, but more stencils equals more glitter showing through after the peekaboo is done. Alright, so after all of my stencils are applied, I'm going to take my cup outside and spray paint it. I decided to go with lime green and black because I thought those colors would be a really good contrast with the orange glitter underneath. And as you can see, I just did kind of like a burst of the green in the middle and then blended the black spray paint on the top rim and the bottom rim just to do a little bit of an ombre type look. Of course, you can do a solid color of paint, a swirl, you can do whatever kind of paint job you want out here. I thought the ombre would look really, really cool though, so that's what I did. Once the paint is dry, I'm going to go through with a Sharpie and mark off all of my stencils so that I can find them underneath the glitter. If you are using a different glittering technique, I'm going to do kind of like a tack it method glitter application here with white glitter in just a little bit. So I'll be able to see the black Sharpie underneath that glitter just fine. But if you're going to do more of an opaque glitter application, I would recommend taking a low temp hot glue gun and putting some hot glue dots on your decals as well. That will raise them up a little bit and make it easier to find them underneath that thick layer of glitter. The glitter I'm doing is really, really thin, like I said, so I don't need to do that for this video, but if you're going to do something more opaque, I would recommend the hot glue dots. So like I said, I'm going to do kind of a tack it method glitter application here. I really like using the Southern Belle glitter foil adhesive for this method, but if you want to just use the regular Aleene's tack it, you can do that too. I just have better success with this foil adhesive. I'm going to brush a nice thin even layer all over my entire tumbler, and then I'm going to let the cup sit and dry for, I think I left this one for a couple hours, but you want to make sure that you're waiting at least an hour to let this tack up a little bit. You can also use a heat gun to speed up the process if you don't have the time to wait. But what you'll want to do is let this dry down so that it becomes tacky, and when it's ready you'll know, because the white cast that you see on the tumbler right now, that will go away and you'll just have kind of like a shiny finish. So you can wait an hour, you can wait overnight. You just want to make sure that you're giving your adhesive time to dry down enough so that it's tacky, so that when you apply your glitter or your foil or whatever you're putting on your cup with this adhesive, you just want to make sure that it's actually going to stick to the cup, and you don't want that adhesive to be wet or else the stuff won't stick down to it. Hopefully that makes sense. But anyway, I waited, I think, a couple hours with this one. Just make sure you're giving it at least 60 minutes. Alright, so once my foil adhesive is dry and tacky, I'm going to make another custom glitter mix for the outside of our peekaboo. I'm going to take a bunch of whites that I have from Peachy Olive Glitters. I've got Basic White Girl, Arkenstone, Bifrost, Gravity, and Supernova, and I'm just going to quickly whip up a little custom glitter mix here. I wanted to use a variety of different cut sizes for the outside of this peekaboo, which is why I'm making a custom mix. Again, you don't have to do this if you don't want to. You can just pick any white glitter that you have in any cut size and do this exact same technique, but I think that it looks really, really cool if you've got a bunch of different glitter sizes that you're using on your tumbler. So once I've got my glitter mixed up, I'm going to pour it all over my tumbler, and then with a gloved hand, I'm going to burnish it down the same way that you would with the tack it method. So you'll want to just like rub on your glitter. You will have a lot of it fall off, and that is perfectly fine. You just want to make sure that the glitter is like rubbed into the adhesive, it's all lying flat, and you really shouldn't have a ton of movement with the glitter like when you just like touch it with your finger. It should be pretty stuck down, because everything that isn't actually stuck to your tumbler should be rubbed off when you're doing your burnishing. Once we have our glitter applied, we can jump right into sealing this outer layer of glitter, because that tack it or the foil adhesive, whatever, is dry. So before we peel up our decals, we're going to add that same sealer that I used in the beginning, the 50-50 mix of the Crystalac glitter glue and water. So I'm going to brush this onto my tumbler, and then I'm not going to let it dry. Immediately after I brush it on, I'm going to go in and peel up my stencil decals, and then I'll let everything dry. You definitely don't want to seal your glitter, let it dry, and then try to pull up your stencils. That will not end well. Just peel up right away, okay? Once all of my stencils have been peeled up, I'm going to let that sealer dry again for at least 2 hours, and then I'm going to add another coat of epoxy to my tumbler. This coat was pretty thick as well. This is another 30 milliliters of the Flynn Sisters Supply Shop Fast Cure Epoxy. Now at this point, with just one coat over the glitter, I felt confident going in and sanding the cup down. However, if you don't feel confident, you can definitely add another coat of epoxy here and then go in and do all of your sanding, but I'm going to sand right now because I feel like I've got really good coverage with my epoxy. I've gotten a couple requests to cover sanding in a little bit more detail and specifically talk about the little rim of stainless steel that we leave on the tumblers to form the final seal with our epoxy. So I'm going to go over that in this video. The first thing I'm going to do is take my craft knife and get rid of any epoxy that's hanging out up on that top rim area. Just gonna scrape that off, and then I'm gonna go outside and use my electric sander to sand the cup down really well. I don't like sanding by hand. I always use my electric sander. It has been a total lifesaver for me. It makes sanding so much easier. And what I'm doing here with my, I think this is a 180 grit standing pad I have on here. I'm taking that sander, and as you can see, I'm holding it at a 45-degree angle on the top rim of my cup, and I am sanding down the top rim to get that like super tiny sliver of stainless steel on the tumbler. And then when you go in and you add your final coat of epoxy, the epoxy is going to go all the way up to that little sliver of stainless steel, and it's going to form off basically the seal of your tumbler there, so that you don't have epoxy on the very top rim of your cup, like the area where you'll put your lid down. You don't want epoxy on that portion of the cup. You want the epoxy to end where that stainless steel rim is, and that basically just like adheres the epoxy to the actual stainless steel cup versus like your paint or your glitter or whatever. So you sand that little section of your tumbler down, add your final coat of epoxy, and that's it. Your final seal is formed, and you don't need to worry about the longevity of your tumbler, basically. I really hope that explanation made sense. I'm not sure if it did at all, but that's the best way I can explain it. You essentially want your epoxy to adhere to the top rim body of your tumbler rather than the top rim top of your tumbler. I don't know if that made any sense either, but I hope that helps you. Let me know if you have any more questions in the comments, and I can do my best to help answer them. All right, so now that my sanding is done, my cup is washed, I can move on to my jack-o'-lantern faces and my pumpkin outlines. I have a video on how to create outlines for decals that I will link down below in the description box for you. So if you don't know how to do that, you can watch that video and learn how to do it, at least in silhouette. So what I'm going to do is one by one take my pumpkin outlines and just match them up with the pumpkin shapes, and then I'll take whatever jack-o'-lantern face I'm feeling and I'll stick it in the middle of the pumpkin. The vinyl I'm using here is a really pretty shimmery sparkly black vinyl from TECKWRAP, and of course I will have that linked down below in the description box as well. Okay, once all of my jack-o'-lanterns have come to life, I am going to seal my vinyl, and I'm going to use the Adhesive Apothecary binding potion to do that. I've been sealing my vinyl a lot recently, and I really think that it makes a big difference in like helping prevent your vinyl from lifting when you add your epoxy. Sometimes I have issues with that, so sealing my vinyl has pretty much eliminated that problem. So once I've got my binding potion on my tumbler. I'm going to let it dry for about maybe like 45 minutes, and then I'll add my final 2 coats of epoxy. For my final 2 coats, I used the Flynn Sister Supply Shop Artist Cure Epoxy, and each of those coats was about maybe 15 to 20 milliliters. Once those coats are cured, we are all done. So here is the final tumbler design. I am in love with how this turned out. I think these jack-o'-lanterns are so cute. You guys know I freaking love a peekaboo, and I'm so happy with this tumbler. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, please be sure to give it a thumbs up down below. Let me know your thoughts in the comments. And if you are not already subscribed to my channel, make sure you hit the subscribe button too, so you don't miss any of my new videos. As always, thank you all so much for watching. Thank you for bearing with me throughout this series. This has been my rockiest series so far, but we are going to finish strong, like I said, and then move right into my favorite time of year, which is Christmas. All right, thanks so much for watching. I'll see you in the next one. Love you. Bye. Hello friends, thanks so much for watching this video. I want to say a huge special thank you to my elite fam, my channel members, and my subscribers. You all make this channel possible, so thank you so much for being part of the fam. If you want more exclusive content from me, you can join my elite fam at patreon.com/elitefam. You can find my tumblers and digital files on my website madebymalstudio.com. And if you'd like to follow me on social media, you can find me on Instagram at madebymal_studio. Here's another video for you to check out, and I'll see you soon. Thanks so much for watching. Love you. Bye.